Hello, Levi, and good evening. I hope you're great wherever you are. I am. We're excited to dive in tonight. We have some amazing guests that you haven't heard from yet that are going to talk to you about their experiences in Levi. I'm super excited for you to hear from them. We've got some great updates coming tonight. And guess what, gang? Only a couple more of these sort of launch webcasts until we turn this into a training webcast. We're gonna have training Wednesday evenings coming around here shortly. Probably two more of these, and then we're gonna be launching into training. I want you to know we've been hard at work on our training and onboarding process, and that is what will be rolled out here in just a handful of weeks. We're working on getting all of the final features completed and in your hands before we do that. But everybody look forward to it a couple weeks from now. We're going to launch into our training series that we've been at work on. My name is Blake Schrader. I am the president of Levi. I've got 18 years of global social commerce experience. I've filled international, multinational roles with large international companies, and I am committed to innovation and rapid growth in social commerce. I hope you are as well. Everyone, we've got the team in the background. We're here to address your questions. If you've got questions, they love it when I do this. They love it when I do it every week. If you've got questions, please use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your Zoom screen to submit questions. We may not be able to get to all of them. We've got a large volume of questions every week, but we want to make sure that we get them all answered. So if you don't get an answer immediately, just wait a sec. They are absolutely on top of it. All right, everyone. Levi makes it simple for entrepreneurs to launch, market, and grow businesses with no expensive agency or complicated tech skills required. That creates an incredible experience for your customers, and it creates an income opportunity for yourself if you are a conduit to that information. The problems we solve: complex, costly, fragmented marketing tools, tech intimidation and burnout, poor lead gen, and poor customer retention, no clear guide to grow an audience, convert leads to business, and keep leads going. These are the number one challenges that every small business that's just getting started, solopreneur that's just getting started, entrepreneur, direct seller, affiliate faces, and we have tools that can make it so much easier. Our solution makes building and maintaining a candidate list far, far easier. We create confidence about what to say to each customer. Specifically, everybody, this isn't a macro tool. This is a micro tool. We work with micro businesses. You learn about your customer specifically, and then you can create conversations with them that are directed straight at them. Amazing, amazing tool set we've got. Removes barriers that make you feel stuck, keeps you in front of your customers, removes the fear of failure. The fear of failure is the biggest fear that takes every single person away from taking consistent action. When you take consistent action in your life and in your business, you can build consistent momentum. That is what Levi can deliver for you. Everything you need all in one place. The amazing tool suite will help you to gain traction in social. It will help you to maintain relationships with your customers with its built-in CRM. This is the most incredible part, and we've heard about it on here several times. Building your own website in an evening, man, that alone, think about this. The price of Levi is $99 per month. You would spend thousands of dollars to build a website and maybe weeks to get it going. You can have it done tonight, everybody. That's pretty amazing. The My Momentum tool, your agentic AI co-pilot, always there to remind you what to do next, keeps your business moving forward. And finally, My Prospects, for those of you that purchased the pro version of our tool, you have instant built-in contacts that you can start prospecting with. All right, everybody, the past few weeks, we've been doing some tutorials about our product. This is very intentional, everyone. I have a big suspicion that lots of people who have signed up for Levi, even people who have subscribed, haven't yet gone in and really used the tool. Now, just show me. I want to see where you all are if you've gotten in there and if you've used the tool and if you've enjoyed using the tool and if it's helped your business in some way, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. I mean, really, it can be a bit intimidating at first, everybody. You're logging in and you don't quite know what to expect and you don't quite know what to do very first. I'm telling you, if you will just make the effort, thank you so much, everybody. It makes me feel so good when you're sending those my way. Um, if you just log in and go through the site a little bit, you're going to see how massively impactful this tool can be. So, we've created another little video that I am going to narrate. I'm going to do my very best job to keep up and along with the video that our AI expert has put together for us. She's listening, so that's always a bit intimidating for me. I'm certainly learning to become an expert, as I hope all of you are. She's the expert, and so she always tells me whether I pass muster or not once we're done. Okay, everyone, today we are going to learn how to use the tool and how specifically to reply. So before I do this, let me tell you about an experience I had this morning, actually. I was talking to, I think we're going to have a great group internationally. And I was talking to one of our groups in a far off corner of the world, one of my favorite places. And they're telling me all kinds of stuff and I'm giving them the answers. And after the conversation, I kind of went back and I'm like, I wonder if I answered that the best way I wonder if I gave them the best answer that I could give them to really empower them to move forward. Now, it was a live conversation, so I couldn't have used this tool for a live conversation, obviously, but it was just a matter of fact when when our AI expert sent me over this video today. Now you all know her name. I apologize. I'm like, wow, I didn't even, everybody, full disclosure. Okay, I'm totally guilty. I didn't even know this component existed in our platform. But now I learned, just like all of you are about to learn. And I'm like, I could use this to reply to every single conversation written. Of course, I'm not going to be, talking with you and like looking at my Levi AI app and like trying to, have a conversation. Come on. This taught me though, I can really give like an incredible response to every single question using this tool. Now, how many of you think that like you can give an expert response even if today is your first day? How many of you believe that would be incredibly valuable, especially if you're just barely starting in this business? You can be an expert right away. Now, I can promise you this, everyone. You won't be an expert if it's your first day and you just like come up with your own answer. That's not expert. In fact, you're probably going to give them the wrong answer, even if you're really smart. If you use the tool, you can give them an expert answer. So let me show you how it works. Here we go. Okay, so you're going to navigate over here to the left side of the bar, My AI Expert, and help me reply. That is the tool, help me to reply. Here you can see there's a bunch of options. We can pick our objective. So you can see here the number of things that we could pick from. In this case, we're going to pick up on overcoming an objection. So one of my customers or potential customers has an objection. I want to use my LevAI platform business to do this. Here I go. I pull down the text message from my phone that I had in this case with Laura, and I load it up here into the system. She says, I'm not sure I can afford it. It's $99. That seems a little bit expensive. Well, I could either think of my own answer or I could let LevAI guide me along in the conversation. So I click the little button there and bang, the system is going to give me a response here very, very quickly. Imagine the growth, $99 could, look, you're getting a full-on professional response. I'm going to tell you, when I read that for the first time when I was practicing for this session, this is not how I would have responded. And I can see how much better this response is than the response that I would have given. That's remarkable, everybody. From now on, when I get written inquiries, I am for sure going to use this tool. Okay, let's try a different one. This time, we're going to shift the conversation to business. So we've been having a conversation with somebody. How many of you have ever done this? You've been having a conversation. You're dying to bring up whatever business you think could help them, whatever product you think could help them, and you just don't know how to do it. So here we're talking about, getting ready for Halloween and pumpkins or whatever. I paste that chat into here. And now LevAI is going to coach me along into exactly how I move the conversation into a business conversation. So, hey, have you considered using LevAI to make managing your online presence easier? Bang, it's right there. It's simple. You don't have to think about it. You can take away all of the stress. Oh my gosh, how am I going to talk to this amazing person about this opportunity? Now, if they reply and she says, well, they already have, you don't have to take a screenshot if you don't want to. You can just type it right in there to the tool. She says she's already got another tool. So what should I say back? Bang. The system is going to come up with a response for you here in just one moment. Let's see what it says. Great, you're already using a tool. You're ahead of the game. I mean, look how amazing this is. I don't have to even think. I just have to put the inputs into the system and I'm going to get a world-class response right out of it. So, how many of you all are with me? Next time you get a question on chat or text or social media about, this or that or the other, how many of you are going to log in and put this to use? Because I can see amazing, amazing utility in this tool, and the responses it gave were so much better than the ones I was thinking of when I went through this process. So, everybody, put it to use this week in your business. There's no reason you shouldn't start tomorrow. Even better, tonight. Put it to use in your business as you get questions or as you're striking up conversations with people. It is one incredible feature in our platform that I'll tell you, I've been working on this project, putting the whole thing together, and I wasn't even aware. So if I wasn't aware, I can just imagine that many of you also have had no idea that this even exists in our platform. Go put it to use. I can't wait to see it. All right, everyone. Um, so we were talking about the features. We want to give an update on the My AI video feature. Every single plan in LevAI has the My AI video feature. It's coming in October. You'll also be able to access the expert AI tools that we have there. If you're director or above, you'll be invited to create your own AI expert that can live in our platform, and you can then send people there. You can have conversations real time with countless people around the world. Like I told you last week, we have been prototyping the video twin to make sure that when we launch it, that it is as good as it possibly can be. And last week, I made a challenge to the handful of people that we have with the prototype. And I challenged them. I said, listen, everybody, I want you to create a promotion in your team and then do some videos for your teammates so they can start to get a flavor of how the AI twin, the My AI video tool works. And I know Larry took me up on that because I've seen several people who aren't yet directors and I've seen their video twins out there on social. So Larry, you've had the prototype twin now for about a week, I believe. And I know you've created videos in all kinds of different languages and you've enabled some of your partners to use the tool along with you while it's in this prototype phase. So just kind of tell me how it's been going. Tell me what you've been able to do. Tell me your experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really awesome tool. I just tested it. I already had a photo in there, but I took a selfie. I just wanted to see how it worked with a selfie. So I literally took a selfie and did a 12-second audio into my smartphone, and I generated the first language. I think I did Turkish because I've got a big Turkish team. It came out incredible with the selfie. I was like, wow, this is cool. I sent it to my Turkish leader. He's like, it's such a great translation. So then I think I've done 20 videos now. I've used that selfie. I've got him in about 20 different different languages. But it's so cool because I generate the video, I've got my script, I go into my writer, into my tool with my writer, I change my script into Turkish or French or Japanese. I just did Korean today. So I'm just creating videos. I literally send it to them in their language through my AI writer, which takes 2 seconds. And then I literally have these videos that are starting to build. And I think everybody's going to be able to utilize this in their business for their global sales. My Japanese team, it's been so hard for me to communicate with them. I always need a translator. So when I sent them that video of me doing Japanese, it just absolutely blew their mind. Same thing, they're going to be able to speak back to me in English. So we're all going to have this tool by the end of the month. I think it's going to be so easy to use. And the thing with me, I would have 50 videos right now, but we're testing it. So I have to send it off and it takes about an hour for me to get my video back. But when this goes live, you guys are going to be able to do selfies and different photos and just make those videos just like that. It's really, really cool technology, Blake. I'm excited.
So, and tell me about, I know you've made some videos for some of your partners. Tell me how that's gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I got Rodney because Rodney's always asking me for Spanish tools. And I said, Rodney, send me a selfie, send me a 12-second little audio clip. So I've made some videos of Rodney in Spanish and reached out to some of my other leaders. So they love it. They all know. I know that myself and Randy at the beginning, everybody's so excited about the twin. I really feel like I'll be able to put myself up on my Facebook page speaking Japanese, and I'll have 50 people sign up just to be members, just because they want to speak other languages. It's incredible technology. So excited.
That's amazing. I love Rodney. He lives in Atlanta. I can't wait to hear Rodney's Southern accent speaking Spanish. That's going to be incredible.
It's really good. It's good. I was like, Rodney, you better be sending this out. This is good.
100%. So, everybody, for those of you who don't know, Larry lives in Burbank, California, and every year he puts on this massive, massive Halloween function outside of his house. Larry, I would love for you after this webcast is over. He's got thousands of people outside, everybody. You never know it.
Right
Go
now.
outside, take a selfie of yourself in front of the crowd, make a little video because I'd love to show it next week. That would be super fun.
I'll do it. I'll do it right after this. I got to do crowd control.
All right, everybody. So, as Larry said, thank you so much, Larry.
Thank
We
you.
are on track. Okay, we're looking to launch this into all of your back offices, into all your partner back offices by the end of October. We're incredibly excited to get this out to all of you. Coming here, well, today's the 22nd, so coming very, very quickly at this point. All right, everyone. An amazing, amazing tool suite. The basic version, we're not going to go through all of these tonight. The pro version, that's what I recommend because you get the web builder. Some of the websites that have been shared with me, remarkable what people have been able to create within 24 hours. Here's something very cool that I didn't know. The web builder has this very easy to use contact form at the bottom of it. And so whenever somebody subscribes to your website that you build using the tool, those people all go straight into your Lev AI CRM. So you don't have to do the contact, shoot with your phone onto the social, which is very, very easy. They all just streamline right in. That got me to thinking. Every single Lev AI partner should be creating a website with a little lead gen funnel so that all these contacts are coming into your site and bang, they're right there in your Lev AI CRM. You can start email campaigns with them. I mean, for $99 a month, that is phenomenal. It's remarkable the amount of value that every single customer will get from our products. Unmatched value, everybody. Strong value for all members, accessible around the globe, high member satisfaction. And if you're a partner, generous payout rates. We replace at least, it would cost you a minimum of $300 to try and go piece these together. I think it's way more than that. And even if you did, they wouldn't talk to one another. They wouldn't work together correctly. It would be a mess. We have packaged these together with every entrepreneur, direct seller, affiliate, influencer in mind to have an entire tool suite of products that you can use tomorrow to drive engagement. You want to grow your social media base? Perfect. The tool will enable you to do that. You can sound like a Lev AI professional day one if you put the tool to use. Okay, so before we get on to our instant action, we have a guest tonight that's joining us. Now, this individual only signed up in our business a couple of days ago. She's an influencer. She's got a nice size following. And, she was brought into the business because she could see the value that she could bring to her business if she were to implement Lev AI and use the tools to help grow her following and her businesses. So we've got Shawana here with us. Shawana, welcome. I'm glad to meet you. I'm meeting you for the first time. Maybe you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what types of businesses you have, and how you envision you using the tool for your business.
Oh my gosh. Blake. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If they're not excited, they need to get excited. And I mean right now. Okay. Because I am your, when I say your everyday around the way young lady, right, who started my businesses about 8 years ago. And, single mom of five, that part. Okay. And I was working these brands, right? So I am a BDSM and sex educator for married couples, and I travel and I speak, and I'm also an author. So I have tons of things going on. I'm a mom, I homeschool, okay? So let's talk about doing more than one thing, wearing more than one hat, okay? And I do. And like so many other, adults, right, who try to get on the internet. We try our best, right? We get called old for just working on Facebook, right? We gotta levy up. We gotta levy up the Instagram and TikTok, and some of these things are difficult and challenging for us. I even had to take a emoji class. Right? I took an emoji class. So when I ran into this system, initially I was like, what? Huh? But because I am at the phase of my brand where social media is very important, I'm just like closing my eyes, like, you know what, God, I do not really want to tackle this. I have so many things to do on top of being a chef and having a juicing brand. I have so many things to do. So when I heard about this and I spoke to Randy and I'm listening to this, the only thing I could see was, hold up, wait a minute, wait a minute. Are you telling me that I can insert all of my social medias? I can now screenshot and share onto this platform. You telling me that within an hour, I can now finish everything that I have been hesitating or just looking at the computer like not today, opening my phone like, oh, because you have to think. But with this program, it helps so much because already it's taking that part away from me. I don't have to put so much thought into what I'm saying, just prompting it properly. So right now I'm in the stage of, like he said, I am new, but it didn't take a rocket science. It did not take a rocket scientist for me to say, wait a minute, I can't even move forward for real for all that I do without this program. So I must sit things down to give this program my undivided attention because I'm at a hard wall, right? But being able to do these things, it now gives me back more time. So I'm really excited, and I'm at the part where now I am putting in all my different profiles. So I'm going to say this, I'm going to let you have it. Ah, come on, Blake. Okay. Listen, some of the times when you have a brand, you get excited about that brand, but you do so many other things. And everything that we do in life is a part of us. It's our story. And our stories help people. And you may not think about it at the time, but I was speaking to Randy, and as we're talking and talking, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm a mother. I do homeschooling, right? I'm a chef. I do juicing. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I'm a survivor of, trafficking. So I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I can create profiles and I can create pages for these things. And in one sitting, I can sit here and very quickly tap into all those things and be able to tell my story while building and generating leads because that's all that they are. So being able to use our pain points to elevate our brands, to elevate the world, to make it so simple that I want to teach it to my 10-year-old. That's how simple it is, Blake. I'm all in, baby. Let's go.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on, Shawana. I love your energy. Everybody, I got to tell you right now, look out because we're running this contest, okay? And it's our first, it's our first ever contest. It's our first ever generated, Lev AI swag. And I have a feeling you're going to see a lot of Shawana. She's diving in, learning how to use the tool. marketing team, I know they're listening. I think we got to be paying attention to Shawana's social now because I have a feeling she's going to rise up through the leaderboard here and probably be in very strong contention to win our first ever contest. Shawana, thank you so much for coming on and sharing a little bit. I can't wait to see your
Like, why did
results.
you get me that excited? See, now you gave me something to reach for. Listen, let's go.
Let's go. I love it. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. So if you want to compete against Shawana, good luck first. And second, here are the rules. Shawana, please do this because we want to see you. Log into Live AI, open my AI social, do an instant post and generate your post. Post on at least one social platform every day. This is easy stuff, everybody. You just have to do it one time and then you'll learn. You'll see for yourself how easy it is. Email a screenshot of your chosen profile to social@getlev.ai. Email a new screenshot of the same profile to social@getlev.ai. The dates for the contest are October the 9th till November the 8th. We've still got 2 weeks to go in the contest. Man, I hope you were listening, everybody, to what Shawana said. She's going to build out multiple businesses, and it's all available in the same platform. You can have multiple lead gen tools out there to generate a following. What do followings equal, everybody? That's influence. What does influence equal? If you're influential in this world, that's everything in terms of starting to build a business and make it profitable, everyone. That is where everything starts. Shawana gets it. And I'm so happy. Great to meet you. And thanks for coming on tonight. Okay, everybody, here is some of the posts from last week. I see some familiar faces on here, which I'm very happy about. We have Judith, who's done some amazing things. We've Carol from Michigan, who I know very, very well. Nathan McCrae and Don Madrid. Everybody using the tool. Wanted to showcase these for you all. We'll have more that we showcase next week. I love to see people out there using the tool. By the way, everybody, it's very, very easy for me to tell who's using the tool and who's not using the tool because the posts are so dramatically better from people that do indeed use them and they generate. This is the key difference, everybody. They generate activity. So to talk about that for 1 second, I'll have Randy come on real fast because, for years he's been working on social media and he's got a nice size following on social media. But, he's like me a little bit, everyone. It's not intuitive for me, just my personality. I'm different than Shawana. She's got different strengths than I do, okay? But I'm not the most engaging person just right off the bat. And if I write something, you know, I don't know, maybe sometimes I'll come up with something great, but a lot of times I'm not getting a ton of engagement. And Randy was sort of having that same challenge. And so he set a goal actually on this webcast a few weeks ago to increase his following size. And I believe he's absolutely going to do it on Live AI. And he realized very, very quickly once he started using the tool, oh, I get it. I see why my following is what it is. By the way, it's a large following, but it's just not as large as he wants it to be. And that's because he was telling people to do, not asking them what they think and engaging with them. It's an art, everybody. And some people inherently have it, maybe. Some people don't. The great news is our system makes it easy. So maybe, Randy, you can talk about some of that engagement, how it's been going for you. And if you are getting, more engagement on the posts that you make every single day.
Absolutely. This thing has taught me. When I first began looking at Lev AI and contemplating artificial intelligence generally, I thought, well, this is going to stymie leadership growth because people will depend upon it as opposed to becoming, as opposed. And that is the absolute opposite. As Blake said, I've been consciously trying to grow a social media presence for many years because it's obvious to me that if Shawana has 1 million followers and I have 10,000, then if we each make some comment online, she's got a whole lot better chance to have positive interaction than I'm going to have. And so if I can grow my social media presence, that would grow my future market value. And so I have tried, but I've tried in the absence of appropriate information. As soon as I started letting Lev AI do what it does, it started writing things differently than me. And of course, pride and ego being about my biggest enemies, I immediately started editing what Levi was writing and trying to make it sound more like me. And then I had a clarion wake up moment. Wait a minute, Randy. You don't want Levi to sound like you. You want to sound like Levi is teaching you to sound. And here was the simple difference. Unfortunately for me, I sometimes think I know the answers. And because I know the answers in my mind, I'm telling you what I think. That does not grow engagement. It is when after I tell you what I think when I pose this question, but what do you think? It was the first thing that I noticed after every single post. Levi said, and what do you think? How do you act in this situation? I wasn't asking people what they think. I was telling them what I think. That does not create engagement. That pushes people away. The next thing, we drove, we were in Tampa a couple of days ago, drove to Orlando, and we drove past a place called Dinosaur Land. And as I looked out there, I said, well, I'm one of those. From a tech standpoint, I'm kind of a dinosaur. And I didn't even know what it meant to hashtag somebody. And I didn't know why putting a hashtag on would get me more eyes. But I noticed that as soon as I started using Levi, it started doing hashtags. And so suddenly it would hashtag leadership. And now I'm getting eyes if people are interested in leadership. I would hashtag this, that. My own routine, Blake, is that I've created multiple profiles because my life has more than one single compartment. And the message that I deliver in each one of those is a little bit different. And so I created a profile that is all about leadership. It's not about any particular company, just leadership, because that gets eyes from people that are maybe not interested in whatever company I happen to be involved in, this company. And so I post in leadership personified, but I created a Facebook page that cost me nothing and create a website that cost me nothing. Why? Because of the Love AI solution. And so leadership personified posts, they go there. Part of my world is I'm in recovery. It's a very, very different message, a very different message. And I post in recovery to help people get sober as somebody helped me get sober once. But the people who helped me get sober are now my dearest friends. And guess what? We wind up doing business. Well, kind of the same thing. That's what happens. And on it goes. The next part is I can communicate with people relatively effectively in English, but I said relatively effectively. I talk too darn fast for about 90% of people. That's what I know. And so I found out that it's even better to let Lev AI talk in English for me in some cases than it is for me to talk English. It's kind of a remarkable thing. Crosses every cultural bound. It crosses every knowledge base. And I've taught for years, Blake, that we can't act upon knowledge we don't have, that we have to learn something new before we can have greater results. We have to develop new skills. Folks, understand and own this. Lev AI allows you to get paid as if you had knowledge that you don't have yet. Don't let that crutch be a permanent crutch. I read every post that Lev AI writes for me. When it writes the long post, I learn so much. I knew nothing about artificial intelligence only weeks ago. Today, I know more than most people do. Why? Because I post about AI every day and I let Lev AI teach me. 3 weeks in, I know more than I could have known after 2 years were I not using this tool. I cannot say enough about it. This is just really, really cool. Thank you. And Shawana, thank you. It was such a spark. I mean, bang, that lit the world up. And, today I just say this last thing. It's easier for me to talk to people than it is to talk to a screen. I have on here today a person who has earned over $20 million in the direct selling industry. But I told him you got to shift gears. What we used to do doesn't work today. We have to do something different. This is not a business supported by a product. It is a business made possible by the product. This is a product first message. A product first message, which then leads to a conduit to other people's use if we choose to generate royalties. Probably talked longer than you want me to talk. For all of my friends, those that I know and those that I don't, this is a magic moment. Shawana, it was a pleasure hearing you and everybody. Let's make this the biggest, best success of our lives because we help other people have the biggest success of their lives. Thanks, Blake.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Randy. And finally, to top off our user experiences this week, one of our best users to date, right from the get-go, has been Tammy Wachter. I think Tammy's on tonight. We're featuring you tonight, Tammy. So tell us some of your experiences, how the tool has helped you, how you're using it, and how it's been working.
Well, thank you very much for having me on. It's really hard to follow Shawana because she is so full of energy and so lovely. So I can't wait to meet you. And of course, always difficult to follow Randy as well. But I have been having an absolute blast using our platform and our tool suite. I consider myself kind of like a serial entrepreneur. I'm a creator. I love creating businesses. And so but the creating part is the fun part. The following through, the marketing, the getting them launched and getting them profitable is always the difficult part, right? So having these tools available for me is going to make all of the difference in the world, and it is making all of the difference in the world, especially for the social media, which I think is the easiest part for people to start with, to implement, because we have so much. We have so many great tools. It can can be overwhelming for people, but I tell my team, and when we talk about things, I'm like, just start with the social media. It will save you so much time and energy and brain, power, like Shawana was saying, because it's hard. It's hard to be that creative and come up with engaging posts that, draw people in and create engagement and stuff like that. So this makes it so much easier. I think I have like 5 different profiles up right now. And I mean, it's just click, click, click. And once you figure it out, it's so fast and it's so easy and it's so efficient. So I just make it like part of my morning routine now that I go in and I start, I put a post on all of my different pages. So that part's been great. Another little thing that I think is overlooked. I love the website. I made a website, which I'm super excited and super proud about. And I've got a couple of other ones in the works that I'm working on. But we have that digital business card, which is very cool. And so again, the second thing after I recommend people, learn how to use the social media, go and make that digital business card because it's impressive and it's easy to send out to people and they can hit that, contact information and it uploads automatically in their phone. And you can have not just one page, but multiple pages on that business card. And so it looks, great on a laptop, but it looks really great on a cell phone. There's just so much here. I could go on all night, but you guys probably don't want to hear me go on all night, but we have so many incredible tools. I've been using the AI writing assistant to respond, but what you showed earlier, I'm working my way down the tabs. I didn't know that either, Blake. So you taught me something new that I didn't know tonight. So thank you. Very
Both of
exciting.
us. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. We're all different, but me and Shawana and Tammy, we got one thing in common, the 3 of us. I'm just the same way. Like man, the pains that like the mental anguish that I'll go through. Like when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Okay, what am I going to do tomorrow in the morning? I know I have to do this. How am I going to do that? What am I going to come up with? It's that hard work is all done. Like just go to sleep and the ping pong ball can stop bouncing around in my head and I can just go sit down, bang it out in the morning. The machine will do all of it for me. Pretty remarkable. So I'm glad you're finding the same thing. Awesome. Thanks so
Yeah.
much, Tammy. And great job. We're proud of the work that you're doing. Okay, everybody. Incredible market opportunity. $556 billion gig economy, projected to be 2.15 trillion in the United States alone by 2033, 70 million freelancers in this country, and 30 million non-employer businesses. Every single one of these people could massively benefit from what we have to offer. You met one of them tonight. I think she's going to do extraordinary things in her business with our tool suite. And if you're there helping them along, you can benefit. Get to understand the compensation plan. I have conversations with people all day, every day, everybody who are partners in Levi, and it's obvious to me they haven't taken the time yet to really learn the compensation plan. It's not all that tricky, everybody. Go through the little booklet, or even better yet, just go through that little one pager. It's super important when you're signing people up. You've got to have a strategy. Talk with your upline, figure out what that strategy is. Very, very simple comp plan. The top 2 ways to earn the company: every time you bring on a new partner or customer, you get a 50% acquisition bonus. And then every time their subscription renews, you get 20%. You can build one incredible business here with Levi, even if you're only using it to build a Levi business, which you shouldn't, by the way. You should have other businesses that you are supporting with the tool. We are backed up by an incredible company. That's why we were able to bring the company to market so quickly. LaCour Payment Technologies, enabling us to take payments around the world, hundreds of years of collective experience, over $7 billion incubated, and this Levi project is going to be the next phenomenal success. Okay, everybody. Very briefly, we launched the company on September the 18th. Believe it or not, it's been just over 30 days since we launched this tool to the market. We launched in the United States and Canada with a multitude of websites. I know it can get a little bit confusing at times because you've got your partner office and you've got the website and you've got also the Levi marketing platform. All it takes is a few minutes to get very familiar with each of them. Make sure that you're guiding every single new customer through this. The marketing app is available in a remarkable number of languages. If you're only thinking about the United States, I'm telling you right now, your thinking is a little bit small. You can grow this business throughout the entire world. We've got a tool that can help every single one of these small businesses throughout the world. Of course, on the website and back offices, partner back office, excuse me, we support 10 languages. So we've got an update tonight. We've added additional languages to the partner back office as of today. Here you can see there's a few brand new ones. That is Magyar, that's Hungarian, and that's Hebrew right there. So we're actively adding 10 new languages to the site. To access those, you just click on this little drop-up arrow here on the bottom of the website. It'll pop up. You're going to start to see these new languages populated as well on getlev.ai, the front page before you log in. So in process, proud to show you that it is coming along. 10 brand new languages. They should be deployed by the end of this week or early next week. We've got multi-language support all over the world. We are on social, everybody. If you haven't yet liked us, go like us on all of these channels because we're posting content all of the time on every single one of these channels. Okay, I was so happy to hear from Tammy that she also hadn't heard yet about the writer response tool. So actually, we posted a brand new tutorial about writing a response today on our YouTube page at GetLevAI HQ. That's our YouTube page. Go subscribe to it. If you've subscribed to it, you would have known that we dropped a new tutorial today. So if you've got somebody who wasn't able to be on the webcast tonight, they can easily see how that new feature works. You'll hear from our AI expert explaining it instead of me, so it's probably much better. Go there, check out the new tutorial tonight, everybody, and start teaching people how to use the tool. Okay, so I want to back up. I had a call this morning, same call I was telling you about earlier. This was a funny call. We're talking, and the guys are like, well, we see that, yes, Blake, we see that you've got these tools on your YouTube site, but they're all in English. And, we speak a different language. And so then I just showed them very easily in YouTube how you can get translations right there. Everybody can do it, and you can have it translated into your own language. Now, the voice isn't going to be translated, but you're going to get the subtitles there. And they're like, well, that's not good enough. We need it in our language. And I said, okay, listen, you guys are missing what's right in front of your nose. We've been talking this entire time tonight about creating influence. Wouldn't it be a very opportune time for you to become an expert in AI? Wouldn't that be opportune? And so instead of waiting for the company to go post the next tutorial on YouTube that's not in your language, how about you go figure out how to use the tool? It's not that tough. And make a tutorial, and all of a sudden you can become the expert. Think of the influence that you can attract if you're willing to go through that process. By the way, every single one of us can do it. All you need is a telephone. You got to first go in and understand how to use the features. All you need is a cell phone. You make a short video, you post it to YouTube. Now you can become the expert. Now listen, I'm sharing with you something here that's very important. If you become an expert, people will follow you, and then you can influence people. And the key to generating income is influencing people, no matter how you look at it. So instead of saying, well, the company hasn't come out with this yet or that yet or whatever it is, why don't you look at that as an opportunity, everyone? If you would like to have this in Spanish, and if the subtitles aren't good enough in Spanish, what a great opportunity for you to emerge as the expert in AI in the Spanish-speaking world and start creating massive amounts of content and use the marketing app to help you do that. I hope somebody's mind is just blowing right now. That's what I really hope for. I hope somebody's sitting there like, oh yeah, I can do that, and they get after it tonight. I'll tell you what, massive, massive opportunity for somebody sitting out there right now. We can always wait, everybody. We can always wait for somebody else to do something. And whenever we do that, we will enable that other person to make what we could have made. And I'm talking financially. So if you really want to get out there, boom, right now is your opportunity. Okay, here are some updates for the week, everyone. We've launched the desktop version of Levi. I'm well aware that is not good enough. I have great news. We have been approved by both Google and Apple as of today, believe it or not. And so now we are just waiting for them to upload our apps. You should have seen one of my partners this morning. He's been waiting like nonstop and he's been hammering all over Apple to get us into their, in the door in their development cycle. Now all we're waiting for is approval. We believe that's going to come pretty quick. So we're still shooting for October to launch our mobile app. Same story with Google. We've been approved. Just getting ready, waiting for them now to turn the key and put it in the Google App Store. By the way, these apps are going to be free, so there's not going to be any expense there. And also, that reminds me, Randy said something earlier. It didn't cost him anything to do all that stuff that he was talking. Well, it cost him 99 bucks. That's next to nothing for what he was talking about, though. My AI video, that's the video tool that Larry was talking about. That is also planned for October. All right. Oh, this says coming next week. I made an error there. I hope it's not coming next week. We are launching our new pay-in methods around the world. We're going to be accepting crypto in, and also we're going to be allowing spend back. So if you earn commissions in Levi, you can use those commissions to fund your subscriptions. So these are, fingers crossed, everyone, hopefully going to launch this week. The great news is the integration's all done. So that's good progress from last week. The integrations are all done. We are testing as we speak. So we're not waiting for anybody anymore at this point. We're not waiting for our partner company, Taiga. We've gotten in, we've got the keys, and we're just doing testing now at this point to make sure that it's an easy to use experience for our partners around the world. I'm hoping like heck that this is launched tomorrow or Friday. That just depends on how the testing goes, everyone. Certainly, if not Thursday or Friday next week. But the great news is we've got our integrations done. Our systems are talking together, and we're just working through our testing. My great hope is that this will become available this week as we speak. If not, please know that just means our testing didn't go as well as it could have, and it will likely be early next week. So very, very excited. We've got a massive international base in our company, and I know a lot of people are really waiting for the crypto payment method, and so we're going to be proud to launch that. Okay, everybody, we've got about 10 minutes. Right now is the time to take action. We talked about this last week, but I want to make sure and cover it one more time. It's super, super simple to enroll in Levi. Anybody can easily go to the website and fill out their information, and bang, they're a partner. However, many people enrolled during our pre-enrollment process before we had launched the tool. Those people need to go in and select whether they want to be a member or a partner. And if they want to be a partner, pay their membership fee. Otherwise, everybody, I got to tell you, I know already, today is October the 22nd, and on November the 7th, we're going to change this for all the people that pre-enrolled before the product was ready to go. They have a position in your business somewhere. And on November the 7th, unless they take action, they're going to lose that position. I don't want that to happen to not a single one of them. Please don't let it happen for anybody that you helped to enroll in the company. So much has happened. So much good has happened since we got started. We got started in August. We pre-enrolled a whole bunch of people into the company. We've now launched the products. They're now available. We've launched the back office. We've launched the website. We've launched the Levi marketing app. We've been doing trainings on all of the Levi tools and how to use them. Right now would be a perfect time to get on the phone and call everybody that you pre-enrolled in the company and make sure they reserve their positions in your business. Otherwise, they're going to lose out and you're going to lose out. We don't want that to happen. I particularly don't want that to happen. And here's why. I'm going to be the guy getting the phone calls from you saying, "Oh man, my partner just missed it by 1 day, Blake. Could we please just let him keep his spot?" And I love y'all, but I'm not going to be able to do it. So we've got this short window of time, everybody. 17 days, 18 days until November the 9th. Please, please, please reach out. I don't want anybody to lose out on their positions. All right, everybody. As you know, we launched our roundtable last week. The qualifiers, all you got to do in the company is get to director. You're going to be invited to my roundtable. We talk once weekly and we plan out what we're going to do in the business. These are real insiders and partners of mine as we plan our next moves and what we're going to do. Rick and Sandy Walsh are on the council. Larry and Gary Lane and Randy and Samantha Schrader, they're providing us with very valuable input and feedback and helping us to steer the company in the direction that we want it to go. We've got 9 days left till the end of the month, everybody. Get yourself to director. I want you to have a seat at the table. I want your voice to be heard. Please know people are texting me and calling me and getting in touch with me all kinds of different ways. The real way to be super, super connected and have influence in the business is to get a seat at the table. The chance is yours. Okay, everybody. We're going to be back here on Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be doing a partner training. That means I'm just going to introduce the partner, and the partner is going to lead the training. Every Monday at 9 o'clock, trainings are led by innovator directors. If you would like to be featured, get your account to innovator director. Be here at 9 p.m. Eastern. Everybody, just a heads up. So this call is designed to be for partners. All right, so if you're a partner in the business, you ought to be on this call because we're doing the updates. And then moving forward, we're going to be doing trainings with our onboarding process. On Mondays, this is meant to be a partner and prospect call. Okay, so if you've got people who haven't joined you yet or who are interested in learning about the business, we're going to present the business opportunity, and it's perfect for your prospects. Now, members, that's a total different deal. These meetings are meant for salespeople, right? We're giving you the tools that you need to build the business. We're talking about business building tips. It's really not for members. Maybe we'll come out with a members only webcast where we can just describe all the different features that the tool offers. For right now, though, those are our targets for these webcasts. So want you to keep that in mind, everyone. Okay, everybody. Follow us on social media. I have one more guest that I want to bring on here real quick if she's still with us. So I've been mentioning to you that in a couple weeks we're going to transition this webcast from being an update webcast every single week because we will have launched every single feature in our toolkit. Of course, there will always be more, but we're going to transition it into a training. Okay, how do you effectively use all these tools to build a Lev AI business? And the person who's taken the greatest responsibility here to lead the charge is Samantha Schrader. I don't know if she is still there or if they're on. If she wants to pop on, though, if she is here, because she's going to be working actually with our expert, our in-house expert AI leader to develop out the exact training onboarding process. It's going to tell you exactly what to do your first hour in the business, your first 24 hours in the business, your first 72 hours in the business, and your first week in the business. And it's all not generic. It's going to show you, okay, when you first start, you should use this tool. When you, on your second day, you should be using that tool. On, a weekend, here's what you should be doing. It's in development right now. If Samantha's here, I wanted her to, hop on since she's leading this up with our expert AI director in-house. If she's not there, that's all right. We'll get her on next week.
Yeah, she's here, she's listening. However, she is standing over there about to put dinner on the table and is not properly made up. She didn't know she was going to be called upon. I apologize. Call on her next week and she'll be there. Folks, I'm aware of the work that she's doing in this process, and you're all going to be liking it a lot. It'll be very impressive, and it's coming soon. Thank you.
I love it. I feel like, we have some remarkable tools. And once we set forward a process for all of our partners, okay, your first hour, here's what you do. People are going to start seeing it a little bit differently and putting it into use in a massive, massive way. Until then, I would encourage everybody, bring the energy like Shawana brought to us. Use the same diligence that Tammy taught to us. When you wake up, you get after it. Set targets like Randy has taught us in terms of exactly which target you want to hit, and then get in there and use our tool platform to make them all happen. I hope this week everybody gets after it and starts using that response tool that we trained on tonight. Please go to our YouTube page. You can see our expert lay out how that tool works. She does a way better job at it than I do, everybody. Everybody, we have one more announcement. We're starting a Telegram channel. So never miss an update, everybody. I'm going to be sending out posts, hopefully, quite often on our Telegram channel. I know our marketing team is on here, and we didn't quite get the name of our Telegram channel on here. It's probably Get Lev AI HQ or Lev AI HQ is what I think it is. If our marketing team is on and they can text me there it is. They already did. Get Lev AI HQ. That is our handle on Telegram. Please go like it, follow it. We're going to be starting with content tomorrow on the Telegram channel. It's fresh, it's brand new. There's not a single person on it besides me until right now. Go on there, scan the QR code, hit it up. I'm going to be sharing updates. Once we get our training process out, we're going to be sending massive updates on that thing. Until then, I'm going to be giving you launch updates when this is ready, when that's ready. Of course, we've got our crypto coming. You'll be the first to know if you're following us on the channel when that is live. And you will know exactly when the twin is ready as well. You want to have the information quickly so you can share it with your teams. There'll be tips, there'll be feedback, all kinds of stuff. Excited to engage with all of you there and to see you there. Everybody, I'm Blake Schrader. I'm the president of Lev AI. I'm in San Diego, California tonight. It's been my absolute pleasure to be with you this evening. I can't wait for our updates to roll out, our further updates to roll out this week. I'm excited to see you all on Monday evening for our partner training, and again back here on Wednesday evening for one of our final launch update webcasts. Until then, listen, everybody, we got 9 days to close the month. Set yourself a target for what you want to achieve between now and then. Make it specific. We have very specific targets in the company. We got specific ranks. Make yourself a target. Undertake the daily activities that it takes to go get it. Some of those were described here tonight. And let's have a phenomenal close to our very first full month in business. From San Diego, California, thanks for being with us tonight, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Well, thanks, Blake.